Basketball talk like you've never heard before. It's time for the most exciting basketball podcast, starring NBA great Damon Jones and Jake from Jake's Takes. Get ready for Ballin' Out with Jake and Damon.
Welcome to Ballin' Out. I'm Jake, and I want to introduce my co-host, NBA great Damon Jones. What's up, Damon?
What's going on, Jake? Good to hear from you today, man. Ready to get this podcast started.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this. Damon, this is such a great day, launching our first episode together. And before we begin, I want to let our listeners know what our new podcast, Ballin' Out, is all about. So here's what to expect. Damon and I have teamed up to bring you NBA insight, entertainment, and inside info you won't find anywhere else. My co-host Damon is an NBA champion, winning the title with LeBron James and the Cavs in 2016. He had a storied career as one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history. And who am I, you might be asking? I am Jake. I'm 11, and I host Jake's Takes, a show that interviews sports athletes and stars. So get ready, because together, Damon and I are balling out. So Damon, I just gotta check. You ready to do this?
Ready to do it, Jake.
Each week, we're going to start by looking around the league for some NBA headlines and stories to discuss. So let's start balling out by taking a tour around the NBA.
Number one.
Our first stop is in Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks, who I thought were a great up-and-coming team, are off to a horrible start. Like really bad. I'm very concerned, to be honest. Luka's my man. He's supposed to be MVP frontrunner, and his team is under 500. Man, Damon, thoughts?
It's tough right now for the Dallas Mavericks. I think coming into the season, they had a couple of guys come in out of shape. Their cohesion and their camaraderie is not clicking like they thought it would. And I guess the prognosticators thought the same thing. Like you said, Luka was supposed to be an MVP front runner, but right now they are struggling to win games.
Is it because their supporting cast isn't good enough? I mean, like Kristaps, he's great and all, but he's always injured. And Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway, Jalen Brunson, all these guys are good players, but is this good enough?
But just think about this, Jake. Last season they made the playoffs and won two games against the Los Angeles Clippers, which everybody in their right mind thought that the Clippers would sweep them. So I can't say it's the supporting cast. I just say that with the quick turnaround from the bubble last year into starting the season very early, I think they've got off to a bad start, and the chemistry is just not clicking like it's supposed to.
I hear ya, but they better turn this around.
Number two.
The theme of the week around the NBA has been game winners. Dame Dalla had a game winner against the Bulls. Ridiculous shot. And Russell Westbrook hit one against the Nets in that stunning ending. Damon, what's up with teams blowing 5-point leads with under 10 seconds left?
Man, it's a tough situation for both of those teams that lost those games. Like you said, Dame Lillard was in the right place at the right time. I think if the coach at Chicago would have had it all over, he would have called a timeout instead of the guy getting trapped in the corner. And with Russell Westbrook, he's a big-time player. He's always been a big-time player, and he came through for his team in the clutch.
Damon, you know what it's like to drill a game winner. What goes through a player's mind in such a big moment like that?
man, just having the opportunity to help your team win a basketball game it's big in itself. But to actually come through and do it, man, I can't even explain the feeling. I've had a couple of game winners in my career, and they were such special moments just to be able to help your team win and be in a position to do so.
Number 3.
And finally, let's take a look at the Charlotte Hornets. They had a huge win against the Bucks this past week, and rookie sensation LaMelo Ball had a monster game, putting up 27 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals. What a game by the youngster. Damon, is he going to continue to get the start, or are they going to go back to Rozier and drop LaMelo back to the bench?
Well, Jake, if they know what's good for him, they'll keep LaMelo in the starting lineup. This kid is box office right now. He's doing such great things. He's scoring the basketball. He's assisting the basketball. He's rebounding, and he's making winning plays for the Charlotte Hornets. And because of it, they've got off to a surprisingly decent start this year, when most people would say that they would probably be at the bottom of the East.
I totally agree. I think he's by far the best rookie in the draft. Who else is more talented than him? I want to see him starting. I want to see him.
I think everybody wants to see him out there. I see a lot of commentators talking about his play and asking him to be a full-time starter. I think in Charlotte, they just have to get it together. The coach has to put his pride to the side and start LaMelo.
Right now on Ballin' Out, it's time for a spotlight feature on one player in the NBA who's getting noticed and standing out with his exceptional play. It's time for Watching You! Raptors guard Fred VanVleet gets the nod for our very first take of Watching You. He's been sensational lately. This week, Steady Freddy dropped 54 against the Orlando Magic. It was a career high and also a Raptors franchise record, passing DeMar DeRozan's 52 points in 2018. He bet on himself and he won. He's averaging 20.4 points and 6.2 assists per game. Fred, we're watching you. Damon, are you impressed with Fred? What do you see so far?
I'm so impressed with Fred because Fred has a similar career to what I had. We're talking about a guy that was undrafted. In his rookie year, he was playing 8 minutes a game, averaged 3 points a game, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Now we're in year 5. He's averaging 36 minutes, like you said, 20.4 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's shooting a whopping 42% from the field. I love Fred VanVleet because, like you said, he bet on himself and he won. And he's a big part of the Raptors' success going forward. So I look forward to seeing guys like Fred VanVleet do what he's doing. The 54 points was amazing. Also, they won the basketball game, and they're getting better game after game.
You know, Damon, what really impresses me is in addition to his scoring is his defense. He's a small guard, not even the quickest, but it's his hustle. Remember what he did to Steph in the finals? He's still doing that to other players this year. It's really impressive. You impressed?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, Jake. He's doing it on both sides of the floor. And like you said, last year during that finals, he played a huge role in Toronto winning the championship 2 years ago, I should say. And if the Toronto Raptors want to be successful going forward, it's going to be because of Fred VanVleet.
Get ready, because I'm balling out. We're going to take advantage of having Damon Jones. Being a former NBA player, he's connected and buddies with tons of players. Damon's got the inside info we all don't have access to. So now it's time for, hey Damon, Tell us the truth. Ready, Damon?
Yes, I am, Jake.
Hey, Damon, is LeBron really going to keep playing at this level for a few more years? Tell us what makes LeBron so elite. Tell us some real inside info about him. The good stuff, Damon, the good stuff.
Yeah, Jake, I see LeBron being able to play as long as he wants to play. He does immaculate things day to day to keep himself in the best condition. He works out tirelessly throughout the season. On game days, he works out. After back-to-backs, he works out. He's always working on his game. And I have to give a lot of credit to Mike Mancias, who is his personal trainer that he has with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mike has been instrumental in keeping LeBron healthy throughout his career. And with Mike Mancias and everything that LeBron does as far as the time, the energy, and the resources that he puts into his game, I see him being the best player for as long as he wants to be.
When you played with him, what was he like in practice?
He's an animal. He's never satisfied with anything. He's a guy that he's a great teammate. He helps his teammates. He does everything a leader should do, not only on a basketball team, but also in the organization. And it was a pleasure playing with him for 3 years. And it's been even better being his friend since then.
So you think he's the best player of all time, or does Michael get the edge?
In my book, he's the best player of all time. And he still has more to go. So the story isn't written fully. I think he's going to do some more amazing things before his career ends. And when the dust settles, I believe that he will be the best player in the world.
Last thing before we wrap it up today. It's time to duke it out. Oh, baby. Damon, I ask ya, if the season ended today, who wins the MVP and why?
LeBron James, of course, Jake. I mean, he's the best player in the world. And his team is in the top of the Western Conference. Yes, they've lost a couple of games, but until this last road trip, they were undefeated on the road. And he's the catalyst for what's going on in L.A. Yes, he has a wonderful co-star in Anthony Davis, and he does great things, and he helps that basketball team be successful. But without LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe, don't have a chance of winning the NBA championship. So for that reason and the things that he's done so far this year, he hasn't missed a basketball game, being in year 18 at 36 years old. So I look forward to him to continue to do what he's doing and be the MVP of the league this year.
Great pick. I hear ya. But it's wrong. No way, Damon. Here's my pick for MVP. Have you seen Joel Embiid? Dude's been under 50% from the field every year prior to this. And this year, Joel's shooting almost 55% from the field and averaging 28 points per game, shooting 84% from the line. For his career, he's not even an 80% shooter from the line. His numbers are up in basically every single category. And he's leading his team to a #1 seed in the East so far. Don't you agree, Damon?
I agree with what you're saying, Jake, and Embiid is playing awesome basketball. He is. And like you said, he's improved on every statistical category from the past, and he came into the season in great shape. So I applaud Joel Embiid for that. But my MVP, Jake, LeBron James.
Well, this has been an awesome first episode of Ballin' Out. We covered lots of topics. Damon, how do you feel about show number 1?
I think show number 1 was good. But you know what, Jake? with you and I, we're only going to get better.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
you said it. Wishing you a fabulous week, and see you next time on Say It, Damon. Ballin' Out.